Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here, of course. The Diamond K Show, Radio on Fire, ONFIRE-TV. You can always check us out at ONFIRE-TV.com. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. A lot of things that I want to get into. Where do we begin? Of course, on social media, I am at The Diamond K Show. Now, we talked about this, and there's been so much back and forth about it, the Titanic sub. Well, today they started to find the remnants of it at the bottom of the ocean. The imploded Titanic sub seen for the first time as pieces have been recovered from the sea floor. So, I was having a conversation with somebody, didn't believe the whole thing, thought it was a distraction, right? However, new photos reveal that the debris of the Ocean Gate Exploration Titan sub, for the first time since that catastrophic, deadly failure last week, we are now getting a glimpse as to what it looks like. So, of course, no survivors, tragically. Now, look, I wouldn't have got on this thing. Let me say that. But pieces of this craft were offloaded from a vessel in St. John's Harbor in Newfoundland, Canada today. Many of the pieces showed visible signs of pressure damage, from dents to being outright crumbled. U.S. Coast Guard was working to recover the debris from the craft throughout this week after the sub's failure that, of course, killed 5 people. So when you see what this water is a serious thing. Water is no joke. Water is our lifeline. But at the same time, used incorrectly, water can be our death. Welcome back. You man Diamond K in here, the Diamond K Show. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. The debacle with the former president continues. Now, Jack Smith is preparing his case against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, one of the worst clients an attorney could ever hope for. So there has been new tape found by CNN and others. And, on this tape, now Trump once again changing his story. First he said, of course, he did nothing wrong. But on this audio that has surfaced, Trump seems to acknowledge highly confidential documents in this audio tape. It does not do the former President Trump any justice. He is just making a bad situation worse. Let's take a look.
Breaking news tonight. ABC News has obtained a recording of former President Trump where he appears to discuss classified documents he held on to. Take a listen.
Isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. Look at this.
ABC News has verified the authenticity of the recording, which appears to show Trump acknowledging he held onto a sensitive military document after leaving office. The recording was from a meeting at Trump's Bedminster, New Jersey golf club back in July of 2021. The contents of the recording are quoted in the Justice Department's 37-count indictment related to Trump's handling of classified documents.
Now, of course, if this is anybody else, it would already been over. But this bit of evidence here, this is game over for Donald Trump. This is game over. Whenever this goes to trial and Jack Smith is trying to push the trial back to December, Trump acknowledging keeping national security documents that he did not declassify. You can hear that clearly on the audio. Now, in the recording, Trump can be heard stating these are the papers while referring to something he calls highly confidential. Now, he's going to try to say that this is, plans to a golf course or newspaper clippings or anything. And then when more information comes out, he's going to turn and say it's something else. He continues by saying that this was done by the military and given to me. Trump says on the recording, see, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is still a secret. Now, Trump describes his big pile of paper to the people that are in the room and says, isn't this amazing? They presented this to me. This is off the record. He's not talking about a golf course. Military didn't present him no golf course. So the tape that was first obtained by CNN comes as this, unprecedented debacle is continuing to unfold. Now, the July 2021 meeting at Trump's Bedminster, New Jersey Golf Club, the existence of this tape is a critical piece of evidence in special counsel Jack Smith's indictment on Trump and the alleged illegal behavior. I don't understand the folks that are still defending his actions, still defending Donald Trump. The writer, when showed this document, says, wow, Trump, we look at some, this was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. Pages long. Look, staffer. Trump, wait a minute. Let's see here. He's shuffling the papers. And the thing about it is that what's so ironic, Trump's going to end up jamming himself up, trying to one up a former staff member, former colleague, General Milley. I mean, it is ironic that Trump's own words, usually it's the own words of the person that takes them down, their voice, their words.
This totally wins my case, Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this.
And he's talking about winning the case of public opinion. He's not even talking about a case. This is in 2021. There are no charges against him at this point. But you can just hear, and he said today he was just bragging. He brags a lot. But this bragging, is definitely going to lead to a lot of uncomfortable nights. Now, he can try to play and act like he's not worried, but this is a big thing indeed.
This totally wins my case, Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this.
Yeah, I think that this is game over for Donald Trump. Now, many people are going to say, no, he's never had any kind of accountability thrust upon him. This is going to be different. And this is probably not the only thing. We're seeing a little bit, but that doesn't mean that there is not much more with regards to Donald Trump and his loose lips. Welcome back. You man, Diamond K in here, of course. ONFIRE-TV is a 24/7 digital platform for news, opinion, and conversation. But we can't do this without your help. Please support the On Fire Plus fan club. Become a member, get exclusive content. You can become a patron. We got the free shows, and then we have stuff exclusively for our members. Now, for any business ads, mentions, unboxing, posts, collabs, hit me up, djdiamondk at gmail.com, djdiamondk at gmail.com. Of course, new episodes of this program stream 6 p.m. But of course, you can check us out on demand anytime. So we've been talking about this case, and there are a lot of points to this case. This Chicago woman, Carlisha Hood. Isn't that an interesting name? Carlisha Hood. She initially, I thought she was in major trouble, but things turned around for her. Carlisha is now suing the city of Chicago and the 5 arresting officers. Of course, she's the woman who told her son to shoot a man at the hot dog stand when this man attacked her. She is suing the city and members of the police force after murder charges against her and her son were dropped. So I don't know. There's a lot about this story that, I mean, I understand. Okay, she's in the store. Her and the guy get into some type of altercations or argument. He assaults her. She texts her minor son, who's waiting in the car, tells him to get a gun she has legally out of the glove compartment. He enters the store and shoots the man. All right. I don't have a problem with any of that part. Even if you want to talk about the adding to the delinquency of a minor, like some of that kind of stuff, the lines are really not in her favor. The guy, of course, getting shot, he leaves, he runs away. The son follows him and shoots him, kills him. Now, we've seen instances like this, and I don't want this to be missed, that if this was a white guy that shot and killed a black guy, many of us would be heated, angry, shoot him in the back after he was leaving, all that kind of stuff. So I definitely have a problem with that part. But she got off. Charges were dropped because they said they didn't have the evidence. We saw a video floating around of the incident, and right after that, charges were dropped. So I don't think that we can really ignore the fact that this cell phone footage that we saw, this disturbing footage of the deceased assaulting Carlisha Hood, led to her being released and her son being released and charges being dropped. We cannot lose sight of that. Now, with that being said, why she is suing, that's interesting. I mean, I don't know. So she's suing. She said that she's experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought. The Associated Press reported Hood said after these charges were thrown out, "What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and being arrested." So, I'm on her side like 85%, maybe 80%, right? But you were arrested because someone was killed with your gun and they needed to do the investigating. Now, there are many instances where white people are not charged, and there's a case in Florida that we're going to talk about tomorrow about it, and we've talked about that case. But I want to focus here. Now, this gentleman, 32 years old, that lost his life after he assaulted Carlisha Hood, which he should not have done. Did he deserve to lose his life? He definitely deserved to be shot. I don't know if he deserved to lose his life, though, but he definitely deserved to be shot. And I think that in a lot of instances, I would have done a lot of the same things as a 14-year-old that her son did. But this is an ongoing thing. I don't know if it is in her best interest. So she was locked up because someone lost their life. They investigated. The DA did not drop The DA did not pursue charges and drop the charges. The police did not beat her. The deceased beat her. That she had a crowdfunding, campaign going. The money has since been returned. I don't understand why she's suing. She wasn't in jail for a long time, and someone lost their life. So this could be a lot worse. I just, maybe I'm missing something here. Is it ego? Is it, is it pride? Is somebody getting her head? The attorney's gotten her head and told her she has a case? I don't think she has a case. If I can see if she was convicted and years later. No, she wasn't convicted of anything. She didn't. The charges have been dropped. So what is she suing for? I don't know. I don't know. But Carlisha Hood Suing Chicago, City of Chicago, and the 5 arresting officers. I have a news flash. I don't think she is going to win. I do not think she's going to win. I think that she lucked up with the fact that there's cell phone, video, and there's additional, surveillance video from the store. But how good are these hot dogs in this place, man? Welcome back. You man, Diamond K in here. Of course, if you have ever been to Texas in the summertime, then you already know when the heat is on, the heat wave in Texas is serious. Heat wave is serious. I've been to Dallas and Plano area and a couple of other cities in Texas, but as the heat wave in the Lone Star State nears 120 degrees, inmates are saying that they're being cooked alive. So last week, the hottest temperatures around Texas ranged from 115 to 119 degrees, which is dangerously close to the state's record of 120 degrees. So according to reports, scorching hot weather in Texas is not over. It is going to continue. And I see folks across my timeline that live in the state of Texas just talking about that heat. There is no break. Christopher C. Burt, a weather historian with the Weather Company, looking at the models, this heat dome over Texas looks like it's going to be persistent, shifting a little bit to the east or to the west from day to day, but I imagine it's going to just be blazing for the rest of the month, he said. For the rest of the month. So folks in Texas are trying to find ways to scramble, withstand the record heat wave. Sadly, inmates throughout the state have endured the just the hellacious conditions. That heat, is no joke. Of course, 70% of the prison units in Texas are not equipped with air conditioning. This has become a notion that has sparked conversation about whether or not these circumstances are inhumane. So on one hand, you don't want to make it too comfortable, right, for folks. They deserve all of the luxuries that we have on the outside being law-abiding citizens? That is the debate. Now, that is the debate for the inmates of Texas. The concerning part is that the summer has just started. Literally, first day of summer was last week. So they got months and months of this. Another reason to consider not doing crime, right? But many of them have taken action. Many inmates taken action by writing their relatives and human rights groups to advocate for their safety. I mean, I understand that ACs are needed. Could they put AC units in? I suppose. I'm up in the air about this. I'm up in the air about it. No one has died, thankfully, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show. Of course, ONFIRE-TV.com is where you go. Radio on Fire. We are independent news and opinion network. We're having conversations. We're having discussions. I want to hear from you. You disagree with me? That's fine. Let's talk about it. I love to hear different perspectives on these topics. Welcome back. Your man Diamond K in here. Of course, we have often talked about the Smith family. This is, of course, Will and Jada and the fam, right? And what has been billed as well, let me first say this: the Smith family has always been controversial. I think is that how can we say that? Can we say that the family has been controversial? Whether it is Willow, whether it is Jaden, these folks never cease to amaze me. The true example of kids that grew up in Hollywood and just kind of, I don't know. So in what was revealed over the weekend in Denver, Jaden Smith was a guest speaker at the Psychedelic Science Conference. And at this conference, he revealed that his mother, Jada Pinkett Smith, she introduced the family to psychedelic drugs. Smith explained, "I think it was my mom, actually, that was really the first one to make that step for the family." I mean, we always talk about how eclectic this family is. Jaden says that it was just for her for a really, really long time. And then eventually it just trickled and evolved and everybody found it in their own ways. So the young man, Jaden Smith, is talking about his mother, Jada, really being the one to introduce psychedelic drugs to the family. And he revealed this at this conference in Denver, Colorado. So, I mean, you have this family. And if you look at the kids that Will and Jada have together, it's interesting. It is interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. The fact that she openly, and so yeah, I know a lot of people that smoke weed, and then some of their kids smoke weed, and then I guess you could say, they were introduced to weed because their parents smoked, and I guess it happens with alcohol. Alcohol's around the house now. You can, I guess, have with nicotine cigarettes or vape cartridges. I suppose this is not the craziest thing that I've ever heard. It doesn't seem that far-fetched when we're considering who we're talking about. When we're talking about the Smith family, it doesn't seem that strange to me. It doesn't. But Jaden saying that it was his mom. Jaden then revealed how psychedelics have helped his bonds with his siblings. He said that siblings can argue so much and fight so much, and Lord knows me and my siblings have done so much of that in the past. But the level of love and empathy that I can feel for them inside of the psychedelic experiences and outside of the experiences has been something that's profound and beautiful. All right, so he's at a conference and a convention, and he is, he's speaking in front of a pro psychedelic crowd. So he is playing it up. But I mean, many people find comfort in this type of thing. I'm not one of those. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those. I have this natural high, so I don't have to do it. But that's what he does. I mean, that's what you do. That's what you do. Now he says that it will actually help us to open up our minds to get out of the old ways of thinking that got us in lots of these arguments, and open it up so that it just releases and makes room for you to work it out and massage it out until it is completely gone. Now, I do have a news flash for you, Jaden. You can do that without the psychedelic drugs. You can make a choice. All right. I have 3 sisters myself, and I don't need psychedelic drugs to not argue with them. Sometimes you just accept the things that you can't change and the things about your family or whatever, and you accept that. But I don't know if you need drugs to do that. You don't need the psychedelic mushroom and all of that. But I mean, to each his own. If that's what you want to do, that's what you got to do.
You're watching OnFire-TV.com, featuring news, interviews, and entertainment. Broadcasting from Radio On Fire Studios in Baltimore, Maryland, here's your host, Diamond K.
I don't think this is a big story, what I'm getting ready to get into, but folks in the White House revealing today that the President Biden, uses a CPAP machine to treat his sleep apnea. And, usually when a revelation is made like this, it is because it was going to come out anyway. But there were the indentations from the straps seen on both sides of the president's face this morning. And media is asking questions. They had questions. And so the White House had to come clean. So they said that since 2008, the president has disclosed his history with sleep apnea in thorough medical reports. He used a CPAP machine last night, which is common for people with that history. The White House spokesman, Andrew Bates, said today. And yes, sleep apnea is a common thing that folks deal with, and a lot of people have these machines. And you see some people online making jokes about it and talking about the president's age and in some kind of way connecting that to it. But sleep apnea is something that a lot of folks deal with across the country and the world. So I don't see a big story here at all. Of course, you listen to the Diamond K Show. Your man Diamond K in here. OnFire-TV.com is where you go to support us. On Fire TV is a 24/7 digital platform for news, opinion, and conversation. We cannot do this without your help. We can't do it without you. Now, you want to support what we do here? You can like, subscribe, share our videos. However you're hearing us, click the subscribe button. Support On Fire Plus, right? Become a On Fire Plus fan member. You can do that and get exclusive content. Become a patron for business, ads, mentioning, unboxing, posts, collabs. djdiamondk@gmail.com. djdiamondk@gmail.com. I am here weekdays, 6 p.m. You can check us out. Also weekends, 12 noon, I go in the mix on the turntables. And you want to submit music to me, like I said, djdiamondk@gmail.com. So we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick break and then come back. And then on the other side, I'm going to be joined by a special guest for our business spotlight segment. So I talk to business owners about their journey, about what it is that they do. And we're going to do that with our special guest, Toni Walker. And we're going to do that after this.
Make some room.
Of course, your man Diamond K in here, Radio on Fire, on Fire TV. I have a special guest in the building, and she has so many things going on. Toni Walker, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Well, how are you today?
I'm great. So where are you right now?
Well, I'm at my location. I'm a business owner, entrepreneur for Serendipity Salon in Owens Mills, Maryland. And I specialize in hair care and skincare.
Wonderful. So Owens Mills, love the area. And so you have a salon. And so let's go back to the beginning. Let's talk a little bit about your journey. What got you into this line of work?
So my aunt started me off at, I believe it, at the age of 11 as a shampoo assistant. And from there, I went to cosmetology school when I turned 15 years old in Owens Mills. And from there, I got licensed, and then pretty much I started into the career. I probably went to a lot of advanced training courses for becoming a top colorist, master weaver, a trichologist, and then also a line of different type of weaving and wig techniques and different things like that.
All right, so that sounded interesting. So there was one word that really stuck out, like the trichologist. Let's talk a little bit about that. What is a trichologist?
So a trichologist deals with the study of the hair and the scalp and its disorders. So basically just specializes in that part in order to figure out exactly what's going on with that particular client's needs for their hair and their scalp.
And that's important. That is important. I guess that is the foundation for everything that you do with regards to the hair, which is the scalp. So do you find that a lot of people don't pay attention to the scalp, or why is that so important?
Yeah, so basically, I feel like my clients do. However, at this point, a lot of stylists, it seems like when they come to me, my clients, they're letting me know that a lot of people don't offer them hair care services or scalp care services or just basic maintenance, moisturizing, trimming, anything of that sort. So I step in and I let them know, like, hey, these are the things you need to do in order to maintain your hair, in order to keep it healthy. And as long as you do those things, a lot of times any other thing you want done in the future, it makes it easier on your hairstyles. Whether or not you're doing leave outs, natural hair care, chemicals. So yeah.
Yeah, and so those are all styles that you do. You do natural hair, and then
natural hair, chemicals. I do also like Brazilian blowout treatments. You can come in for a hair and scalp analysis if you want me to determine exactly what's going on with your hair and your scalp, the density, the porosity, what we can and can't do to your hair type, that type of thing. And then also anything from braiding, coloring, barbering, you name it, I do it pretty much to the hair.
Oh, wow. That is really cool. So this is not just a salon that women can go to, but men can go and get service as well.
Yeah.
That is good, because a lot of times I feel that we are left out of the equation. Like nobody thinks about us. I mean, the barbershop. Not
at all. We definitely include the men, and we welcome them, definitely.
Wonderful. And so as far as your salon, you have an official grand opening happening.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yep. This Saturday coming up, July the 1st.
Okay.
It's going to be prizes, giveaways, a lot of promotional items, raffles. Product raffles, service raffles, some Telfar bags are going to be raffled off, different things like that.
Absolutely. I'm going to be in the building on the turntables.
Yes. You will be.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to it. And as far as the name, Serendipity, where does the name come from? It is definitely a name that stands out.
So basically, it's finding something beautiful without looking for it.
Right.
A lot of my clients pretty much stumbled across me, and they're like, "Where have you been all this time?" And so they meet me in a kind of like serendipity type of way.
Yeah, yeah. That is cool, and I really like that. And, to be a hairstylist, I think that a lot of folks don't. It doesn't really dawn on people a lot of times that this is the customer service industry. Like, you have to have a certain level of professionalism, a certain level of appeal, being able to talk to people, and you just have this personality that you can really see that you can be successful, and you have been successful in this business. So you have a great personality.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So you have a salon, you have booths people can come rent. Are you looking for other people to come to the salon to work?
Definitely. Looking to hire licensed. They can be licensed cosmetologists like myself. They can be licensed barbers, licensed esthetician, licensed nail technicians, braiders. They could be a braider. Booth rental commission is up to them. But yes, definitely needing a little bit of help over here, because look, I'm just one person, and I definitely would like to be a blessing to others in order to build up their clientele in their book. And I do in-salon training as well, so you don't have to know everything. I can actually help you out.
Right. And so as far as appointments, we were talking off air. People can call you, of course, 410-504-4530 to schedule an appointment. But they can also go to the website.
Yes.
Or they can drop by. Obviously, you got plenty of free parking. That's parking is. I don't know if people always pay attention to this when you start a business or you have an event. Parking is so important. Parking can be the difference between whether you go somewhere or you don't go. And you have plenty of free parking. Which is enough.
Handicap. Look, handicap.
Handicap. You always talk about that. You mentioned it a few times.
I have people.
Here. Yeah.
Yes, I do have people. Definitely. So I always say locations, everything. And just as a business owner, to make it as convenient and comfortable for the client is definitely good customer service. So yes.
And so as far as social media, you're on social media. Do you like social media?
So it's not that I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't get I guess the opportunity to be on it as much as I would like.
Yeah.
It's definitely a tool that I find in this business I obviously need to start using more of. But not to tell my age or anything. I'm learning along with some of my other peers my age how to do all the social media stuff.
Yeah, but social media is great. It's like you said, it's a great tool because you're in the beauty industry, the hair care, self-care, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And people want to see those photos, and you put those before and after pictures like you have on your social, and just showing different things. I'm going to be on social media at your event Saturday, and so it's a great way to get folks to see what they are missing or what they can get. So the photos and the videos is all a good thing. So a lot of times, well, not all the time, but a lot of times, people who do hair, theirs doesn't look the best all the time because they're busy doing other people's. But yours looks great, and you have.
Thank you.
And I think it's good because especially ladies, right? Even for us, the person who does your hair, you automatically look at theirs first. I think you look at theirs first. And now some people like, I don't have time, I'm busy doing this, but it's really good when the person who is in charge of your hair looks great as well.
Of course.
So I think that's important.
The way you present yourself sometimes invites other people in and makes them feel comfortable enough to sit in their seat. So yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yes.
And then I always say self-care is important. So if you don't take care of yourself, how can you even take care of really anybody else? So it starts with you, and then everything else Kind of like being on the airplane. What they say when it's starting to crash, you put the mask on yourself first,
Right.
And then you're supposed to help the other.
Right. I love that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Like, let me help them
Just
out.
tuned in. This is Toni Walker here on the Diamond K Show. Serendipity Salon, located in Owens Mills, Maryland, 9129 Reisterstown Road. So we're talking about this grand opening. What is the future? What does the next 5 years look like for you, Toni?
Definitely building my brand. So I do have my skincare and hair care line, which is the El Label products. So it's for healthy hair and skincare, non-pathogenic fragrance-free products for the skincare, and also is launching a organic line as well. And then, so basically building that brand up. It's named after my daughter. She's only 1 year old, but yes, her name is Elle, so it's called El Label. And then also, I'm working on continuing. So it's also nail care. So it does have a nail bar. I also do makeup, and also, of course, the skincare, which would be your facials.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
And waxing.
that is really good.
Also waxing. Yeah.
So really, truly a one-stop shop, so they can get all of that. And I love the brand building, and of course, you know, it takes time to build a brand, and so you're in this for the long haul. You've been doing it for a long time, and
24 years in counting. Yes.
Nobody believes that. So
I know.
You started doing this when you were 5.
No, so I got licensed, like I said, so 16. So yeah, 24 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so a lot of I don't know. I guess it was maybe 10 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago, I started to see this trend of these buildings where you have a lot of salons in them, and they're kind of like, you know, people. Yeah, right. So that started, but what I've been starting to see now is the trend back to the more traditional setup for the salon. So explain that trend to me. Like what happened, what caused it, and what's it doing now?
No, I thank God I've never experienced where I didn't get along with people in a salon setting. I've been in salons with 16 people, 10 people, 2 people, or 1 person, just myself, okay? So I thank God, like I said, I get along with everybody. But some people, I don't know, they don't coexist well with other stylists, or they want to go off and do their own thing. So I found that independently, they said, I'd rather be by myself and just with my clients. And then some clients want you only exclusively to yourself. Now, in the cases that my clients want me only exclusively to myself, I either go to them, like actually travel to them, but that's an additional service. So you would pay for the time that obviously you want individually set for you, which is fine. But mostly they wanted to be by themselves doing the services. However, if you're just starting in the business and you're trying to build your clientele, it may not be the best option because you're self-employed at that point. You have to do your own everything. And if you don't have the clientele, that means you won't have the weekly booth rental. But if you do have the clientele, then it can be a blessing, definitely, because obviously you're able to take care of what you need to take care of in your business. But for people just starting out, you don't have the clientele, I always say try to do commission until you build yourself up. And then once you build yourself up in your brand and what it is that you want to promote, then you go out and you can become self-employed, whether or not you have a location like mine or a location that may be smaller, intimate, like a salon suite.
Right. Right. And I'm glad that you broke that down because, like you said, the importance is building your client list. And sometimes, you know, you gotta, what they say, you gotta walk before you can run and crawl before you walk and all that kind of stuff. And it's all in the steps that you take. And I think sometimes people maybe skip some steps.
Yep. I will say this. I did commission for probably about 3-4 years before I even went to being like a booth rental situation.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that makes sense. Again, we've been talking to Toni of Serendipity Salon. They specialize in hair and skin care. All right, maybe you can't see that. All right, specializing in hair and skincare, located in Owens Mills, Maryland. You can see the website there. You can book or get more information at the website, the serendipitysalon.com. You can call 410-504-4530. There is a grand opening this weekend, July the 1st.
July 1st, correct.
July the 1st, 12 to 3. Come on out, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. And, you can see some of the things that the salon offers. Thank you so much, Toni.
Oh, no problem. It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So don't be a stranger. You can definitely come through whenever you have something going on you want to talk about. Definitely. Thanks again, and want folks to check it out. Serendipity Salon, 9129 Reisterstown Road in Owens Mills, Maryland. Go to the website, theserendipitysalon.com. Thank you so much, Toni.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Thanks.
Get lit. Get lit. Get lit. Everybody get lit right now. Get lit. Get lit. Get lit. Everybody get lit right now. Park Heights get lit right now. EA get lit right now. Sandtown get lit right now. RNG get lit right now.
Last story before we get out of here. One thing I can say about Vanessa Bryant is that she goes hard for her family and just the legacy of her lost ones. So Miss Bryant, the widow of Kobe Bryant, has been awarded $1.5 million in Kobe Bryant's BodyArmor lawsuit. So she won this, according to reports. Kobe Bryant initially invested $6 million in the sports drink brand back in 2013. Then years later, BodyArmor was sold to Coca-Cola for $5.6 billion, with Bryant's investment scoring him $400 million. Now, Molly Carter, the president of Kobe Inc., claimed that the former basketball player promised her 2% of his earnings. Why would he do that? Kobe alleged her statement was a lie, and Carter sued him in response. 6 months later, Kobe Bryant would die in that fatal crash, leaving this lawsuit in limbo. So his widow, Vanessa, picked up the case, filed a counterclaim alleging that Molly used disparaging language against her and her family. When I told you that Vanessa goes hard for her family, that's exactly what I mean. So, according to outlets, Vanessa Bryant alleges that Molly Carter called Kobe an a-hole, a douche nugget, and a D-wad. Additionally, Bryant's widow recalled Carter calling her the effing devil, a B, a psycho, claimed that Vanessa's newborn had Botox lips. So needless to say, Vanessa Bryant did not take that lightly. Of course, her family and the estate owed money. Furthermore, the countersuit accused Molly of complaining that she never had to travel to the NBA All-Star with a lot of fancy black people, complaining that she had to do that. So the BodyArmor suit went into arbitration, resulting in Vanessa snagging more than $1.5 million in attorney fees. Vanessa's victory arrives 3 months after that huge settlement for the $28.5 million with Los Angeles County over the images of her late husband's fatal car crash. Yeah, I mean, if you think back to that, that was devastating. And this settlement, so the $28.5 million settlement included $15 million in federal jury awarded the widow back in the summer of last year. Like it has been she's been going after the money and going to get what she feels she is due. So if there's anybody else that owes the Bryant estate or the Bryant family money, I suggest that you pay because Vanessa Bryant plays for keeps. All right, your man Diamond K. That's going to do it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. right here. Anyway, you're watching this video, just hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Your man Diamond K. See you guys tomorrow.